Welcome back to today's episode. Originally, this week, I was actually going to talk about my bodybuilding experience, and that is now being moved to next week's podcast. For those of you that don't know, my name is Haley Barbs. That's my pseudonym. My real name is Barbetti, but I like to shorten it for funsies. Everybody needs a pseudonym. My name is Haley, though. You can find me on the Instagrams and the YouTubes at Powerful Hippie. I'm uploading episodes every week, every other week, whenever I feel like it, depending on how much I have on my plate, because this is just for funsies. But thank you so much for joining. As always, I am sponsored by Redcon One Supplements, and they have apparel and they have cool things on their website. So go to the Redcon One that's a lot of W's and R's. Redcon One website. I might have to edit that out. Oh no, I'll probably leave it in for fun. But they have so many cool things. If you want a fat burner, they have fat burners. If you want a pre-workout, they have pre-workout. If you want a fat burning pre-workout, they have one called Double Tap. I believe that might be unavailable right now. It might be out of stock on our website. But they do have the fat burning capsules, so you can buy those as well. But they are a stimulant product, so they do have caffeine. So please be aware of that if you are caffeine sensitive. However, if you want to try a non-stimulant pre-workout for more oxygenation, circulation, concentration, focus, electrolytes, we do have one too. It's called Total War Pump. It's just a pre-workout that you can take at any time throughout the day. It won't disrupt your sleep cycle. There's no stimulants in it. Oh, I love it so much. And I do have a discount code for you to save 20% off at checkout. It's Powerful Hippie, baby. All right, not Powerful Hippie Baby, but Powerful Hippie is all together one word. And as always, I'll put that in the show notes. I'll put that in the YouTube description wherever you are watching today's podcast, whether that be on Spotify, listening, or on YouTube, watching. All right, well, I wanted to really talk to you about what I have been working on behind the scenes. So I am in a contest prep mode right now, but I started prepping, I would say, kind of August-ish, beginning of August, maybe even late July. But then I took a few weeks to kind of go back into maintenance calories. Now I'm just now going back on contest prep because I moved my show from November to January, and I'll talk about that next week as well. But in doing so, I kind of had the realization that, obviously everyone struggles with diet, but I kind of needed something to remind me that food is our friend, not our enemy. So I decided to create an ebook that is featuring 30 recipes. Why 30? Because I just turned 30 years old 2 weeks ago. So it's just like that, if you don't know me, I'm very punny, very funny. So I was like, all right, 30 recipes for 30 years that I've been on this wonderful earth. So it's titled The Lazy Bodybuilder Recipe Guide, and it's an ebook. It's really cheap. It's only $3.99. It's on my website, but 30 recipes. I have breakfast recipes, lunch recipes, dinner recipes, desserts as well. So I have more breakfast and dessert recipes than lunch and dinner because clearly I couldn't decide. And I also love breakfast slash brunch and dessert. Those are my favorite times of day. Or favorite types of meals. If you're going to have, breakfast or brunch, I will be there. If you're going to have a nice dessert, I will also be there. So I have 30 recipes, and I titled it The Lazy Bodybuilder Recipe Guide just because I was like, these recipes shouldn't take that long, 30 minutes or less. And not that I'm a lazy bodybuilder, because I'm really not, but I like meals that are not going to require too much equipment, not too much prep time, not too much materials, supplies, if you will, from the fridge and the pantry, and things that make sense. Like, I don't want to have to add a bunch of weird stuff to my pancakes. But you know what? I am going to write another ebook because this was a lot of fun. I already started working on other recipes, but that's not going to come out until after my competition because I'm now going into prep mode, like digging. So my diet, even though I'm going to use these meals, it's going to get a little bit more dogmatic. I can't have as much fun as I was. RIP. But my favorite recipe from each section, wanted to break it down, My favorite breakfast recipe. I can't talk tonight. I don't know why. But my favorite breakfast recipe was the avocado toast with egg. I did add an egg on top, and I actually do eat avocados with eggs, and I might have that for breakfast tomorrow, depending on how I feel. My favorite lunch recipe was the honey mustard crispy chicken salad, and I did use the Real Good chicken strips because they're super great macronutrients. They're not a lot of high fat, not too many carbs, and I believe it's like breaded with cauliflower. So again, it's not going to be super heavy if you are sensitive to like wheat or anything like that. My favorite dessert, I'm skipping right to dessert. I forgot about dinner. My favorite dinner recipe was the sesame ginger chicken thighs and purple potatoes. That one was literally chef's kiss. And I love purple sweet potatoes. If you've never bought them before, they are a little less sweet than an orange sweet potato. I found them at Trader Joe's. I think they might be seasonal. Not every grocery store or market might have them, but Trader Joe's had them when I found them a few weeks ago. And then my last one, my favorite dessert recipe was the no bake pumpkin pie cheesecake. And that was really fun to create. And I had to do some trial and error. The picture doesn't look the best in the ebook, and I'll tell you why. I made that for myself when I was hungry and I wanted a healthy, high protein, lower glycemic, lower sugar snack. And I didn't follow my own recipe, y'all. I'm going to be honest with you. I did not let it sit in the fridge as long as it needed to firm up. So it kind of fell apart a little bit. So if you do that recipe, just listen to the directions, put it in the fridge for an hour at least. I probably put it in there for like 20 minutes and I was like, good enough. So yeah. But the why behind the book, again, I wanted to make higher protein, lower calorie meals that taste good and interesting. Again, 30 minutes or less. So that's why it's called the Lazy Bodybuilder Recipe Guide. Not lazy because I'm not late, because I'm not going to put my time and effort into it, but lazy because it's more user friendly and doesn't require too much effort, right? Now, I did not include the macros in this one, and I'm going to have to think about it and maybe even talk to people about the next one. Do I want to include macros? Do I not want to include macros? I could include macros, but here's the thing, and I'm just going to read you why I didn't. I said I'm not including macro tracking because all measurements and ingredients are what I am currently using. However, if you, that's keyword, if you modify or substitute, it may change the macronutrients or macros a lot. Also, not everyone wants to see the macronutrient content. However, if you do, I do recommend using an application such as MyFitnessPal to track everything. That's my British called me accent. Do not like it. But I do use MyFitnessPal. And it is recommended to have a scale if you are tracking, to use a scale in grams or ounces. And that's what I wrote in my ebook. And then the other reason is because this was my first time making an ebook. I wanted to make this simple, stupid, honestly, like for myself, because I'm teaching. I'm doing too much. I admit. I was admitting it that I was doing too much last term. I started this ebook though before I started teaching my first term, so I thought I could get it done, and of course, just like everything else, it took longer than I anticipated. So that's why it just now came out. I wanted it to come out like on my birthday, but I still had a few tweaks to make, so I had to push it off. But it is available on my website, powerfulhippie.com/shop. In the next one, I might include macros. But in the next ebook or physical book, who knows? Who knows where I'm going with this? In the next ebook, though, I think I'm going to do like 50 recipes at least, because I have so many ideas. So like I'm going to have to do at least 50 recipes. But again, 30 recipes that include ingredients, overview of the recipes, equipment, and should not take you more than 30 minutes. Honestly, should take you less, probably around 15 or so. They are healthier, higher in protein and fiber, delicious, and only require, again, like roughly 20 minutes at the most. So I had fun making them. And that's really what made me realize I've always loved cooking. I just made a very healthy soup tonight for dinner too. And I tried all these recipes. I literally ate them and made tweaks and adjustments and tried them again. That's the other thing. It's I did it all by myself. I don't have a publisher or somebody else to help me. I made the recipes, I wrote them down, I took the photos of the recipes, I curated the book, I built my own website. I did all of this by myself while I'm working a full-time job as an academic advisor and a part-time job as an adjunct instructor and in the gym 5 days a week in bodybuilding and trying to maintain my sanity and get at least 7 hours of sleep a night and take care of my house and everything. This is not a therapy session. I'm just telling you, if you want something in life, baby, you find a way. Because I found a way. Again, I hope you try these recipes because I put my heart and soul into them. These are things that I think that are going to help you nourish your body and make a commitment to yourself to be healthier and happier. You can make them with your friends and family. If you do, tag me, please. If you try the recipes, please tag me on Instagram and I will reshare you on my story. Girl Scout promise, okay? Also, if you tag me, you can also be signed up to receive exclusive discounts on my website right now because I am also sneaky working on other stuff too. Because you know me, if you don't know me, I'm always just doing the things, all right? So I'm working on adding workout plans to my website. There's actually already some workout plans on there right now, some more stuff, such as maybe even workout apparel or more. All right. I'm so excited for 2025, but honestly, I'm even more excited for 2026 because that's when I compete and that's when I'm going to put all my knowledge and practice to a test. And you know what? I've been talking to a lot of friends about bodybuilding, and yes, it is diet, so much diet, but it also is really having a routine and being okay with doing the same things, which in a lot of people, like all the time, a lot of people would say that's like insanity, but you have to have structure or else your body won't listen to you. It won't adapt as accordingly or as well as you'd like it to. So right now that's what I'm working on this week. But I'm also uploading a weekly recap video of my experience. Right now I'm 11 weeks out from my show. The raw, the emotional, the physical, the stress, the non-stress, the diet, the ideas, the kind of where I am mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, even if you want. And I'm documenting it because I don't think anyone ever has about the process that it really requires of you. It's not just fasted cardio, which I do every day. It's not just getting 12,000 steps, which I do every day. It's not just going to the gym 5 days a week and tracking your macros every day, which I do every day or every week. It's so much that goes into it. It's relaxation, recovery, stress management, supplementation, focused, slow, and controlled. It's a lot. So I wanted to make this book for you if you are thinking about getting into bodybuilding or just getting healthier, adding more protein, or just having variety. I made this book for you to love health and fitness. You can make any of these recipes and you can make them your own. You can have fun with them, add different seasonings and sauces and toppings and all the things. I'm not sponsored, by the way, by Catalina Crunch, but you will see a lot of recipes with that. I found that at Target. However, I have now seen that at Publix, and you can buy it on Amazon. It's a low-calorie protein cereal, and just want to shout out to them because it's really cool that they are doing all the things that they're doing because it's really helped me on my fitness journey. So again, thank you for supporting my journey. Thank you so much for watching this video. I want you to love the health and fitness journey just as much as I have. I'm a personal trainer. I've been a competitive powerlifter, now bodybuilder, and it's just always stuff to learn, but I'm really excited. So if this episode kind of spoke to you, if you could share it, if you could thumbs up, if you could like and subscribe to my channel and follow me on Spotify, I'd really appreciate it. And again, right now too, I forgot to mention, so I just wanted to recap, all proceeds of this ebook from now, October 26th, until January, like probably New Year's or maybe a little after, all proceeds are going to Feeding America, which is an awesome nonprofit organization that helps food pantries and homelessness around the country. So all the proceeds are going there. So again, if you could buy this ebook, it would really mean a lot because I want to do as much as I can, all the goodness, all the positivity, especially around the holidays. It can be hard. So anything that you can do, I really appreciate it. Again, peace and love. Thank you all so much. Bye bye.